The change in game and on the run by Sam Mitchell is something that you love.
I was really impressed with the coaching of Sam Mitchell. He's a brave coach, and he made some serious moves here in the second half. So he subbed out Huswaite at half-time. He said, OK, you're out of the game. He brought in Jath off halfback, who provided run. Wizard Watson started in that centre clearance. He also brought Dylan Moore up to the midfield. He changed the role of Carl Amon, and Marbiol Chol was playing poor football, was getting outmarked. He started playing like a man as well. Connor McDonald had a big, this is the pressure. The pressure ramped up. They were getting smashed at the contest, smashed at clearances. So it was attitudinal, and the coach's moves which got him back in the game.
He hasn't been coaching as long as Chris Scott, Lloyd, but in your eyes, is he the most like Chris Scott in his preparedness to change on the run? And as I ask you that, let's take a look at the numbers that they did produce in the second half, which dramatically turned this game around. Every key metric there between the first two quarters and quarters 3 and 4 changed dramatically from Mitchell being prepared to make a personnel change with the subbing he made, but also the attitudinal change.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what a good coach can do. They're right behind him. They understand what he wants, and I could see it. I could see it just on half-time when he had the laptop out. He wasn't even watching the game. He was studying and looking at what was going wrong. He made the moves accordingly, and they got the crucial 4 points to give him that top 4 chance now.
Now, he's getting a lot out of a guy who's at the latter end of his career, Jack Gunston. He's covering for a lot of problems in the forward line, Lloyd. I say that because Kel Shadir's only played the one minor game this year. And as we see what he did on this particular game, in fact, he probably set the game up officially when he handballed late to Newcomb in the last quarter to win it. But prior to that, he was already allowing them to win this game of footy. Here's the one I'm referring to here. Clean hands with a wet ball across to Newcomb, and that was the match-sealing goal of the game. And he had a good role, and he's had a good season, Lordo, with where he's at. I mean, his numbers are stacking up against those guys leading the Coleman medal. Now, he hasn't kicked as many goals as them, but when you factor in scores plus assists, there's only one person more damaging him in him this year, in Jesse Hogan.
Yeah, they would be lost without him, and I'll put my hand up. I thought he's been finished a number of times, but he is playing as well as any forward at Hawthorn. So Chol's having his good moments, but he's the most consistent forward at Hawthorn. No Deer, no Mitch Lewis. So you can't really rely on those guys now because they've missed half a season. So Gunston, he's holding up so well. Just so smart. Reads the play really well, and he hasn't got the pace he once had, but he's smart. It's getting him around.
And clean ball use.